Well, hi there. I've decided to start another cook with me, a what's for dinner, and this time I'm using Magnolia Table Volume 1 cookbook. The first recipe we're going to start with is country potato soup. I've never made this recipe before, but we all kind of like a soup, and it's a Sunday here, so we're going to have a soup Sunday. I have one kind of dessert recipe and then two other recipes I was looking at, so I'll have to decide which one I want to make. But of course, this will be over a while of time until I get all three recipes cooked, and I hope you enjoy my what's for dinner. Like I said, the first recipe I'm making is this country potato soup, and the crumbled bacon, I just have some of this like bacon pieces that I'm gonna use. I had that from another recipe, and we made BLTs and we ate all the bacon, so if somebody wants to put that on there, they can. And then I did not get any fresh thyme leaves, and that's just a sprinkle on the top anyways, so I figured whatever. For the cloves of garlic, I do use the jar of minced. I do not buy whole milk, but I just thought I would check and see what Walmart had for pickup, and this is what I found. And it was pretty reasonably priced, and so I figured I'll get a couple cups out of that, and then maybe I have another recipe I can use it in before it goes bad. But it says you don't refrigerate it until you open it. It does last longer, it says, in the fridge, so I figured what the heck, might as well try it rather than using my skim milk, which would probably work too. And so that's it. This is what I bought. I bought the organic ones because they were in a 3-pound bag. I'll probably use all these, just some of the carrots. I gotta Google how much I need of this diced onion to make a medium onion. I want to say it's like a cup. I'm not sure. I need to Google that again because I just pre-chop my onion and then freeze it. And I got some celery here. Here's the garlic I was talking about. Here's my bay leaves. So I'm going to get to prepping the vegetables, and then we'll start sauteing all the onions, carrot, celery, garlic, and the butter. And this is my little chopper I am going to use to do the celery and carrots. I have my 1/2-inch dicer on there, but these need an inch. My other biggest one is like 1.5 inches, 1 1/4 inches, so I will just probably cut these by hand. Good walk? Good.
Got a couple of wet puppies I gotta wipe
Oh,
down.
I bet.
They had fun though, again, just flashing around.
Oh, yeah. Funny.
Yes. Wrestling in the snow.
Oh.
You had good time, didn't you?
I am melting the butter, and then we're going to add the garlic, onion, carrots, and celery, and saute until the veggies are tender. So it's been simmering for about 9 minutes and the potatoes are tender, so I'm going to pour in the whole milk and then we're going to simmer a little more till everything's fully cooked. And I also took out the bay leaf. Okay, I put the milk in and it's simmered and it's definitely, a little thicker, maybe not a lot, but that's okay. Everything's nice and tender and soft. And it looks really good. So I'm going to dish up, put a little bacon, put a little cheese, and we will let you know how it tastes. Also, I have some saltines out. I made one of those Rhodes frozen bread loaves. We have some jam and butter for it. And that's our meal tonight. Well, we are all finished with supper. Nikki's over here doing the dishes like a good husband. And the potato soup was really good. The carrots and celery were maybe a little harder than they should have been. So I don't know if I chopped them smaller, if they would mush up. Or if you chop them the potatoes smaller, then they can kind of all cook more evenly. I don't know. But anyways, otherwise it was really good. Had a really nice flavor. And the bread is completely gone. And we have a fair amount of leftovers because, of course, it wasn't the boys' favorite, but they did eat a little bit. So
I had 2 bowls.
Nick had 2 bowls. He liked it. I put cheese and bacon on mine and I like that. And then Nick just ate his. He just likes to keep it plain. So thumbs up for the country potato soup. Well, hey there. I have another recipe for you today from my Magnolia Table Volume 1. It is a Sunday again and we are going to make some sour cream chicken enchiladas. So I'll show you the recipe and my ingredients and then we'll get to going. It also asks for meat from 1 rotisserie chicken. So I just did my rotisserie chicken hack that I always do. And I put 2 thighs and 2 breasts in the crock pot all day. And then it's nice and shredded. I put some salt and pepper with it, a chicken bouillon cube, and some freeze-dried chives and minced garlic that I had up in the cupboard. And I was like, well, these don't get used very often and they'll work fine. So just to give it, kind of that rotisserie chicken flavor, I don't know. I always do that hack. I don't like pulling apart a rotisserie chicken. So I'll show you the recipe now. Here is the recipe. It's called sour cream chicken enchiladas. It says to serve it with some Mexican rice. You can either make, or I just bought the core. I just bought 1 because we're not like big, huge rice people. And then some beans, green enchilada sauce, cream of chicken soup, sour cream, that's the chicken, diced green chilies, mozzarella, and then 10-inch of vine-ripened tomato, cilantro, 1 lime, and then there's that. The recipe here, how you mix it in a bowl, and then you roll and put the sauce and everything like that. I need to probably preheat my oven to 350 first here. So these are my ingredients that I purchased. I just bought the Great Value mozzarella. We like Mission, that Old El Paso. My Walmart did have some charro beans, so we've never had these, so I thought that would be fun to try. Sour cream, green chili, cilantro. I showed you my chicken, and then now let's preheat the oven. 350 it's set, and I'm gonna just start at the top and start preparing. So for the tortillas, it had me set aside 2 cups for the topping, set aside about 2 cups mozzarella for topping the dish, and put the rest in a medium bowl. And it said 3.5 cups, so I got about 3.5 cups in here. If I need more, I can use more. And then it says sprinkle some mozzarella on a tortilla, add some shredded chicken and chilies, and tightly roll up the tortilla and place it seam side down in the prepared pan. Continue with all of the tortillas. So I think go like this. And then it says do 10, so wish I could lay them all out and do all 10 at once so I would know kind of how much chicken to use. You know what I mean? They are as tight as something can be in a pan. It said a deep pan, but this is what I got. So, let's see how this sauce fits all over the top. Okay, here is the enchilada all done. And it's nice and cheesy. I didn't know if I should toast it more, but that's what we're going with. Here's the charro beans. And there's the Mexican rice. Okay, so for my last recipe for my What's for Dinner from the Magnolia Table Volume 1, I have decided to make some sweet cinnamon rolls. And then we're going to have some scrambled eggs and sausage patties with it for supper. I'm going to flip you around and show you the recipe and my ingredients. And then we're going to get to baking or making or cooking or dinnering. Okay, let's do it. So here is what I'm gonna make. Quick orange walnut sweet rolls and the ingredients. So the rolls, and I picked this recipe because you just use crescent rolls in the tube for it. I am not gonna use yeast and do all that fun stuff. And then it's just a simple glaze with powdered sugar and vanilla and orange juice. And then we will preheat, and then we're gonna make the butter that kind of goes inside the rolls and then sprinkle and cut. So I'll take you along for all of that. And then this is hopefully what they should look like when we're all done. Okay, I have my 9 little swirly logs, so I'm going to bake at 375 for 30 minutes and says until they're deep golden on top. So here we go. is what the cinnamon rolls or sweet rolls look like. These are really dark. It started oozing over, so I put this underneath of it. And then I just put it on top because I noticed these were getting dark, but then these I didn't want, so I stuck it back in. So now I'm going to invert it onto this plate and then drizzle it with glaze. So let's see how that goes. So here it is, all done. Mine definitely looks a little more caramelized than theirs. I do have a little more glaze if we want to add a little more, but I wasn't sure. Just got some tongs out to kind of grab it with. We'll see. I will give you the report. We got eggs here and then sausage on the table. It was all hazy in here from the sausage and my oven, so we got every window open, and I will let you know how it tastes. We are all finished with supper. Everything was good. The sweet rolls were way less orangey than we thought they would be. Even the glaze with like the orange sauce and the like fresh lemon zest in there. So could probably modify that recipe to give you just more of a regular sweet roll or caramel roll. But no, they were really good. The three in the middle didn't really cook. You know how when you cook those croissants, sometimes when they're all locked together, they like still are doughy, and we do not like doughy things. If you like doughy things, you're good to go. But the outside ones almost had like a crusty caramelization on them. So it's one of those things that you might want to try like a different pan, or maybe if they're like spaced out a little more, I don't know. But they did not cook in the middle, so we just chucked those because we're not gonna eat them. But otherwise, the rest were good. Nick had to eat his words a little bit because he's like, oh, you're making orange rolls. I don't really like orange things. Well, he had like 2 or 3 of them, so I think he enjoyed them. So that is my last recipe for this What's for Dinner. And once again, I used the Magnolia Table Volume 1, and I hope you enjoyed the 3 meals. We had the soup, the enchiladas, and the sweet rolls. I would say the soup was probably our favorite. I just need to make sure the veggies are maybe just a little softer and maybe a little smaller. And then I would say the sweet rolls are probably our second, and then the enchiladas are probably our third. Those were good, but sometimes when it's like all that cheesy and gooey, I'm not a huge fan of that, so I don't know if I'd cut back on that or do something different with that. Otherwise, they were still really good tasting and everything, and I'm glad my father-in-law was here to help us eat those. I did buy a deep dish 9x13 pan they had on sale at Target, so I won't feel like I'm gonna overflow things now when I make those bigger casseroles, because I've done that with a few of them. And that is it. So hope you got some ideas and inspiration. Let me know down in the comments if you've tried the Magnolia Table, like what are your favorite recipes, or if you have another cookbook that you just absolutely love. I have both of the Chrissy Teigen ones, both of the Magnolia Table, and then I have a few other ones that I use, but I'm always looking for a good cookbook. And remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.